The Fingertip Shadow Bond, Part 2, The Inheritance of Blood. The bathroom door groaned as I threw my weight against it, stumbling into the dark hallway. The house felt different now, larger, breathing, its wooden joints creaking like the snapping of dry ribs. Behind me, the laughter of the woman in the mirror echoed, a high-pitched warbling sound that vibrated in my teeth. I ran toward my father's study, the scent of the rotting frangipani now so thick it felt like oily soot coating my throat. I found Vera, my father, on his hands and knees. He wasn't the proud businessman I knew. He was a hollowed-out animal. He was clawing at the dirt in the large ceramic planters, shoving handfuls of gritty soil into his mouth. His jaw clicked rhythmically, a wet, sickening sound as he swallowed stones and earth. "Father, stop it!" I screamed, grabbing his shoulders. He turned his head slowly. His eyes were gone. Not plucked out, but filled entirely with a viscous black fluid that leaked down his cheeks like ink. When he spoke, it wasn't his voice. It was a cacophony of whispers, 1,000 voices screaming through one set of shredded vocal cords. She was never gone, Khan," he gargled, coughing up a mouthful of mud and blood. "I didn't just build this house on her land. I built it on her cane, her vengeful spite." The truth unspooled like a funeral shroud. My mother hadn't died in a tragic accident. Vera, desperate for the success his own talent couldn't provide, had turned to Siyasat, the darkest path of Thai occultism. He had murdered her, but death was only the beginning of her utility. He had hired a black magic practitioner to harvest her forehead bone for the Paneng, and, more horrifyingly, to extract Namman Prai. This necromantic oil, rendered from the chin of a woman who died a violent death, is the most potent binding agent in the spirit world. He used it to tether her soul to the house, forcing her to draw wealth and luck into his life while she suffered in the cold, dark void beneath the shrine. "But the Namman Prai, it needs to be fed," Vera whispered, his black eyes fixed on mine. Suddenly, the tall shadow on the wall detached itself. The woman in the tattered silk saba drifted across the room, her feet never touching the teak floor. She reached for Vera, her elongated charcoal black nails sinking into his throat. He didn't scream. He simply looked at me with a terrifying sense of relief as she dragged him toward the corner of the room, into a darkness that seemed to have no end. I heard the crick of her nails carving his name in the floorboards one last time before he vanished entirely.
I fled. I ran until the sun rose, until the police arrived, and until Pa Sai disappeared with the blackened lacquer box, leaving behind only a note. "What is planted in blood must be harvested by the bone. Do not look for me, for I go to bury the curse where the sun never shines." The reinterpretation twist. Months passed. I was the sole survivor, but the world had turned gray. My vision was failing, a side effect of the trauma, the doctors said. I spent my days in the shadows of the empty estate, which felt more like a tomb than a home. One evening, I sat before my vanity, tracing the contours of my face. I thought of the eye drops my father had insisted I take every night since I was 5 years old. He told me it was medicine for a rare condition, but as I touched my eyelids, I felt a strange, oily residue that never truly washed away. I looked into the mirror, the one place I was told never to look. My vision cleared for a fleeting second. I didn't see a grieving daughter. I saw a Kuman. Not the traditional spirit child of legend, but a living, breathing vessel. My father hadn't just used the Namman Prai on the house, he had been feeding it to me for years. He hadn't bound my mother to a shrine, he had bound her into me. The Edison was the oil. Every drop was a layer of her soul merging with mine. I looked down at my hands. My fingernails weren't white anymore. They were turning a bruised, necrotic black, lengthening with every breath I took. I felt a sudden, cold weight on my shoulders, the familiar touch of many hands. But I wasn't afraid. The scratching sound, crick, crick, started again. It wasn't coming from the walls. It was coming from my own fingers as they scraped against the glass of the mirror. I realized then that my father's greed hadn't just killed my mother, it had ensured she would never leave. I am not Khan anymore. I am the shrine, and I am very, very hungry for the debt to be paid.